Hello, guys and gals, and this is going to be a deep dive, basically, with spoilers, into the movie Mosley. Um, just a little background here, just on how I found out about the movie. Was I was watching just a compilation of upcoming trailers, movie trailers, and movie previews. And this movie popped up, and it looked really amazing, and it instantly captured my attention. And so I wanted to find out more, especially since someone in the comments said that the movie was out now and that basically people could just stream it and watch it, well, for a price. But anyways, I was at Walmart and saw that they actually were selling it at Walmart. So it's like, okay. Um, so I so I got a copy that way. Anyways, um, Mosley is about a Thorofant named Mosley, basically. When Mosley was really young. I don't know how old Mosley was, but he was basically a kid. I'd say he's probably maybe 4 or so. I always estimate that Mosley present day would be about 30. So, anyways, so I'd say about 4 or 5 when him and his family were auctioned off to different people, different farmers and stuff like that by a con man, basically. Anyways, Thorofants are basically an elephant hybrid of some sort, but they have human intelligence. Which, if you really do research into elephants, elephants do probably have human intelligence. Um, that's of course an opinion. I don't really know if elephants have human intelligence, but they seem to mourn mourn their dead. They actually go to elephant graveyards. Um, they seem to really be in tune with nature. Anyways, that was 25 years ago when Mosley was sold to this farmer. And I think the farmer treats him at least somewhat nicely and civilly. But, anyways, he starts a family there with, let's see, Bira. That was her name. And she was voiced by Lucy Lawless. And Bira is pregnant. And he has, Mosley has a son named Rue, spelled Rue. Anyways, so yeah. And Mosley works hard in the field, plowing the field and all that. Anyway, there's a con man named Bemis, I believe is his name. And he tries to encourage this farmer to sell Rue to him or something, but there's that. Anyways, out on one of his excursions, Rue finds a cave that has thoroughfants, but they are standing upright. And they have hands and fingers. Thorophants don't, well, the Thorophants that we're accustomed to, or that Mosley is, they don't have hands or fingers. And they don't stand upright. They walk on 4 legs. And that's when we're introduced to the, basically what happened is that there were 2 different groups of Thorophants. There are the uprights, and they basically migrated north to avoid human encroachment. And then there were the Thorophants that stayed to the south and basically became enslaved by humanity. And that is what Mosley is. So, anyways, Rue shows Mosley the cave that has all the cave paintings of the upright Thorophants. And so, yeah, that is about where we are. Anyways, Mosley tries to give the farmer advice, which he is shunned for, and eventually, the farmer makes some very bad decisions and ends up breaking his plow. So Mosley runs off to the cave in hopes of finding the uprights. Anyways, all he finds is a trap, a sinkhole trap um, that the hunter Warfield. I believe his name is Warfield. That Warfield placed because Warfield knows about the caves, and he uses it to trap Thorofence. Anyways, Warfield doesn't really have very many lines in the movie, but they're always chilling when he says any of his lines because it's just epic. It's John Rhys Davies, and so yeah, Mosley is able to escape the sinkhole trap because Bemis's henchmen interfere and inadvertently Mosley escapes. He ends up slipping and falling down a waterfall, but it's okay because he isn't hurt. He discovers some uprights. There are three of them actually. There's three elders. They are basically the elders, and they were apparently led back to this old place where they used to live by fireflies, which is kind of ironic because it was fireflies that led Rue and Mosley to the cave in the first place, and fireflies that have been a really big part of the movie actually. So, anyways, Mosley actually finds these uprights, and he doesn't exactly tell them that he's pursued by a hunter. But they don't tell him that they don't exactly have an army at their disposal. So there was deceit on both sides. Um, Eventually, with the help of the fireflies, Mosley and the three elders, which is kind of ironic if you think about it. I'm going to get into that. But eventually, the three elders and Mosley make it to the town where there's all these uprights, but they're all really really old. There's no young ones at all. That's what's kind of strange is because the elders of the city are actually the youngest ones, which is, come to think of it, kind of strange. Anyways, apparently, and this is the plot point that never really gets resolved. Apparently, all the uprights are infertile, so they can't have children, and so they're all like over 100 years old. And they didn't really, or maybe they did. Maybe they did elaborate on why all the uprights are infertile, but I think it probably had something to do with the curse of the orchard, or yeah, I believe it was an orchard. So the plot point that wasn't resolved is coming up because I want to continue with the story. Anyway, Mosley is upset because he was lied to because there really isn't an army here, so he can't exactly go back and save his family because everyone is way way old and enfeebled. And anyways, that's when the hunter shows up, and Mosley does the right thing, and he follows the fireflies because fireflies are such a big part of this. Even though the orchard is cursed and haunted and stuff like that, he's able to lead. He has the elders, you know, lead everybody away, into their houses where they're safe from the hunter, and Mosley leads Warfield into the orchard, of course, so he can find the one tree that isn't corrupted. And if he eats the fruit of that tree, then he'll become an upright because that will purge his body of the corruption. Anyways, he gets shot with an arrow. Of course. It isn't a lethal wound, though. He just gets shot in the leg. Um, Anyways, he gets really, really close to the tree. But, well, Warfield kind of takes the shot and mortally wounds Mosley. So, yeah, that I kind of felt was that part was kind of predictable. Anyways, the orchard is protected by or haunted rather by a spirit. And anyways, Warfield is about to kill Mosley. Excuse me, got a little bit too excited there. Um, Warfield is about to kill Mosley when all the fireflies they all form together into this giant entity that's like 10 feet tall and has a flaming sword. I believe it was a sword. And so the entity, the guardian, is able to whisk Mosley away and leaves Warfield lost in the woods, lost in the orchard, probably forever. I don't know. I don't think Warfield ever found his way out of the orchard, but I'm not sure. Um, but in all honesty, that probably would have served him right because he really was cruel. Um, anyways, um, Mosley is brought back to the throne room because, well, the throne room leads right into the orchard. And so this guardian entity thing asks Mosley what he wants. I mean, kind of like he gets one wish. And his wish was just simply for his family to be free. So the entity, the guardian, gives him this this fruit from the tree, and he eats it, and he becomes upright. One of the no longer a beast of burden, but he becomes like 10 feet tall, and stuff like that. You know, like the uprights. Anyways, he ends up going back to Simon's farm and freeing his family. He brings, enough fruit for everybody. And then they just all walk off into the cornfield. Or it wasn't a cornfield exactly, it was a field of something. I don't know exactly what kind of plants they were. But then they go back to, where the uprights live. And I guess they have a happy life there. Now, let's get into this point. Okay, I believe that Mosley, Mosley's courage in facing down Warfield, purged the orchard of its curse. So the one plot point, and it's probably a really minor plot point, but to me it was a major one because they introduced this plot point and then it's like doesn't seem to go anywhere. The one plot point that they never really seemed to resolve, at least in my mind, was the infertility of the uprights. I mean, because Mosley lifted the curse of the orchard, does that mean that the uprights are fertile now, or are they still all infertile? What I found interesting, though, really was that the southern Thorophants, the ones that walk on four legs, they were able to have families, I believe. They weren't. Oh no, they were fertile, but the ones that went north, they weren't, and that really, I found that kind of confusing. Probably silly, and it doesn't really even affect the plot. But it's like, you know, you just kind of want them to be fertile, because it's just kind of sad if they can't have kids. And they really didn't really. I don't really feel that they went into that plot point enough. But I still really like the movie. Um, it ends really, really good. It has a good message. Has a really wonderful voice cast, voice acting cast, and I just really enjoyed this movie. I'm glad that I was able to talk about it for 15 minutes. That's wonderful. Anyways, So yeah, I like to believe that Mosley's courage in proving himself to the Guardian basically purged the orchard of its corruption and maybe allowed the uprights to be fertile again. But I don't know. So yeah, what are your thoughts? You can put them down in the comments. I'm going to leave this video here. It was a deep dive into the movie Mosley. And it is a really good movie. You should check it out if you get the chance. Um, anyways, um, this is definitely top-notch animation. I really enjoyed this movie, and so yeah, give it a fair shake. Again, anything that I've said so far have all been opinions, and you can either take my opinions or leave them. Either way is fine. And if you like this content, make sure you like and subscribe and ring the bell so you know when I upload. Also, if you want to support me in any way or if you want to join the Discord server, all the information will be in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching, everyone. You are loved and have a great day.